Hi friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome back to my channel, J Scott Beauty. Well, if you saw my recent Sephora Savings Event haul, you know that I got a new foundation and I'm super excited to try it today. From Guerlain, it is their L'Essential. It is a natural glow foundation, 16-hour wear with sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 20. Look at this bottle. This is what captivated me at first. I know, I'm a sucker for packaging. It's stupid. Now, I had seen a couple videos where they reviewed this foundation. They were women with different skin types, and I found it fascinating how it worked on different skin types. But beyond that, oh my God, this stupid packaging. It's so pretty. It's literally art. It is a little bottle of art to sit on my vanity. Yes, I love that. Now, my Sephora doesn't carry Guerlain, so I had to buy it on the website, which is fine, kind of. I actually hate buying foundation online because it's so hard to match your shade. I mean, you can return it, that's fine. Sephora's great about that, but I just hate the hassle. Anywho, so I did use the shade matcher on the Sephora app. Now, I first put in my Holy Grail, my Armani Luminous Silk shade 4.25. It came up with no matches. Then I went to my recent favorite from Bite Beauty, the Changemaker. I'm shade L45. I put that in and it gave me the match for this, which is 03 Natural Cool. Now that does make sense. I mean, I do have cool undertones. 03 seems kind of light in the spectrum. We'll see. Maybe it's forgiving. So a little bit of info about this. There are, I think, 29 shades, which isn't a super great shade range. Come on, Guerlain, get it together. It is $60 for 1 full ounce. Thank you very much. It's pricey, but at least I'm getting 1 full ounce. Now, here's the thing. I read instructions in boxes. I know. I want to know what things are. I want to know what they do. And in reading this box, I found out a few things. So among the ingredients are red algae, which is great for moisturizing and fighting free radicals. Skincare, thank you very much. And in the top 4 ingredients, 2 of them were humectants. There's glycerin and propanidol. I don't think I pronounced that right. Anyway, both of them are great for moisturizing. So right off the bat, those 3 ingredients tell me this is going to be very moisturizing. Now for me right now, my skin is in between seasons and my skin freaks out in between seasons. It's a fun little game we play. So right now my skin is starting to be dry, which is super annoying because it had been beautifully just even and juicy and just the way I wanted it for probably the past 6 months. Anyway, summer's coming and I will be getting a little oilier and glowier, so that's fine. But right now while I'm in the transition, I'm dry. So this moisturizing foundation, I think it might be good for me. Now, normally I would try this with a primer. And actually, when I scanned the QR code that's inside the lid, I learned even more about the product. So I do recommend scanning that QR code. What have you got to lose? And one of the things I learned is, how to apply it. They have a little brush. I don't have the brush. And they actually have a primer oil. Now, I do like priming oils. I'm not wearing one today, but I do have tons of moisturizing ingredients on my face because I am dry currently. So I think I'm going to be okay going in without an actual primer. We'll see. All right, let's get on with the freaking show. Let's put some L'Essential on my face. So, first of all, it is in a pump. I don't have to touch the product. It stays sanitary. It's not going to oxidize when I open it and close it all the time. I like that a lot. Now, because the website does recommend using a brush, I will use my trusty brush from Sephora. Let's get super cute and put the hair back. My God, she's glamorous. Now, like this says, it is a 16-hour wear foundation. I don't wear foundation for 16 hours, so I'm not going to test it like that. I do have to run errands today. I probably will have it on for about 8 hours today, which is about average for a long day for me. This throat. Yeah, it's springtime. All right, I'm going to put a couple pumps on my hand. We'll see how far that gets us. As you can see, it is running a little bit, so that lets me know off the bat it's going to be a lighter coverage foundation, which is totally fine. I think I'm going to dot this on my face and then we'll spread it out from there. I got way too much on my forehead. Ooh, I think a little bit goes a long way. I probably have too much on my hand. Now, normally I wouldn't dot it all over my face and then go put it on, but because this is a hydrating one, it's not going to dry down quickly, so I'm not too worried. I mean, I'm looking crazy. All right, I'm gonna go from the center and work my way out. Now, this foundation does have a scent. It's actually mentioned in the literature I read. I think it was almond oil and something else I can't remember. Sorry about that. It doesn't bother me. Usually scents, especially rose, that bothers me. You will not find me using products that are rose scented at all, ever. I can't stand it. All right, so this is going on really nicely. I don't feel like it has like a beautiful like slip and slide and it's dragging across my face nicely, but I feel like it's actually, I don't even know how to describe this. I feel like it's becoming one with my skin easily, if that makes any sense. And surprisingly, at least here in real life, this color looks pretty good. With the bright lights, it may look a little light, but right now, I think the color is pretty good. Okay, shade finder. Now today I have to run errands. My firstborn is getting ready to leave the nest, so we got to do some shopping to get him stuff for his apartment. So I will have a mask on while I'm doing this wear test, which is kind of fair. I mean, we're going to be wearing masks for at least another year, so I'm going to have to get used to really perfecting my mask makeup game. Okay, the finish on this I like a lot. I definitely pumped out too much on my hand. 2 pumps would probably be fine. I did 3. I was reading the reviews on Sephora, and the reviews are all over the place. And honestly, that's because everyone has different skin types. Foundation is like skincare. You know, some foundations work better on different skins depending on what your skin type is. And since I'm dry right now, I'm hoping this is going to be a good one for me and my skin. Anywho, I was reading some of the reviews and I noticed one person said that it gave a nice light coverage. She tried to build it up with a second layer and it looked too makeup-y. I get that. I think that would easily happen with this. And right now this is a medium coverage on me, so I would not actually want to build this up and take it any further. I am going to go in with my beauty blender just to blend and smooth out. It's slightly damp. Please don't use a dry beauty blender on your face. There's no reason. Now, even though this is moisturizing and glowy, I do feel like it has dried down pretty well. So when it dries down, it's going to leave a bit of a glow behind. All right, so as of right now, I'm not even really noticing the scent, so it does dissipate quickly. So if scents bother you, don't worry, it goes away. So far, I'm pretty pleased. I'm going to go do the rest of my face and I will come back. All right, I am back with an unintentional full face. I know, you know me, go big or go home. And since I'm running errands and wearing a mask over half my face, why not have a full face of makeup? Jesus. So I didn't do anything that I normally don't do. I did use a setting spray because if I'm wearing a mask and makeup, I'm wearing a setting spray. It's only fair to the rest of my makeup. I have to say so far, I really like the finish of this foundation. I think it's a pretty match as far as I can tell in my own light. We'll see what it's like out in daylight, but so far I'm pretty happy with it. Although it is worth mentioning, I do have a lot of glowy products on, so that may be emphasizing a little bit, but I am powdered. I did use some glowy powders though to do my powdering. I just don't want to look dry. Now, like I said, I am running errands with my son, so I will check in a couple times throughout the day. It is almost 2 o'clock, so I am going to do an 8-hour wear time. I will check in at 10 p.m. tonight and we'll see what has gone on with this face. All right, see you in a little bit. All right, so far so good. I'm outside. I still think the color match is good. I really like the finish. I think it's pretty. So far I'm happy with it. Okay, here we are, 2.5 hours in. I've had a mask on for about an hour and a half straight. I don't think it's worn off really. The setting spray obviously definitely helps with that. I know I look glowy, but I have a lot of glowy powders on today. I was just in a glow kind of mood. So I don't feel like shiny from the foundation. That's just my powders doing that. I don't feel like it's sliding around. It feels very secure. I don't even notice it on my face. It feels pretty lightweight. So far I'm happy with it. I don't think it's oxidizing. So far so good. See you in a bit. And I am back. It is 8 hours later. I did nothing. I didn't touch up. As a matter of fact, I may have maybe touched my face a little too much while I was just, laying around watching some movies this evening. But let's have a look and see what we think about it. Now, I've had my glasses on for several hours, so we're not gonna, fault the foundation for that. I did have a mask on for at least an hour and a half today. So if we look, It didn't break up really from the mask rubbing on it, so that's super. Don't forget, I didn't use a primer either, and I used kind of pretty, well, yeah, very glowy powders today. I don't know, I was just feeling sparkly. I wanted to glow today. So, all right, if we look, yeah, this is taking a beating. It did settle in my 11s, which is fine. That happens. No primer, my bad. It totally collected here in the corners of my nose. And if I was, you know, touching up with just a little bit of pressed powder throughout the day, that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, it did happen. I see a little bit has worn off on the chin. That could just be from my normal wear and tear and the mask. What else? I feel like some has worn off on my forehead, which is weird. Like, that's a strange place for it to wear off, right? But here's the thing. Overall, I really like it. I liked the color. I liked how I didn't feel it on my face. Even though it looks glowy, that's not so much. I mean, sure, it's a hydrating foundation, so it is going to have some glow, but, you know, the powders. But I like this, and I'm going to try it again. Of course, I have no solid complaints about it right now. Next time I will use a primer, probably my gripping primer, because I like using that a lot. I think that helps with staying power. And I don't know. I don't think it's terrible. As a matter of fact, I like it. I like it. I like it. What am I going to say? I don't feel like it really oxidized. Maybe the like itsy bitsiest it may have oxidized, but it's not bad. I mean, listen, it's $60. It's expensive. Am I going to use it in upcoming videos? Hell yes. I'm going to keep trying the crap out of this because, listen, for as much as I did and didn't do to it, it deserves some more tries, but I really like it. So yeah, the good news is I like it. The bad news is it's $60. Am I going to recommend it to you? Well, yeah. If you're a makeup girl like me who makes poor choices and spends too much money on makeup, yeah, then I'm going to recommend it to you. So L'Essential from Guerlain, yeah, you got another fan. Now here's the thing. I'm wondering if I should get their brush and their primer. I almost never, well, let me think about it. No, I never do that. I never buy the entire like foundation set, everything you need to do your foundation, because I honestly don't think you need to. But I'm kind of wondering if their primer might make the difference. I'm going to look into it, see what the price is, consider it. Now, the 16-hour wear, that may be if you use their primer, but 16 hours, I do not want to wear a foundation for 16 hours. I will be jumping out of my skin at that point. So here's the deal. If you like spending too much money on foundation, then I totally recommend this. Also, if you use the shade finder in Sephora, I think you can trust it pretty well for this particular one. I would just use more than one of your foundation choices in the selection just to make sure that it gives you the correct color. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how the Sephora shade finder actually matched me to this. I was a little worried about the color. It seemed too light for me, but I think it worked out great. So my takeaways from using Guerlain's L'Essential: use a primer, do powder touch-ups throughout the day. The scent totally dissipates. I didn't notice it after it had been on my face for a couple minutes. And don't go in with a second coat. It's gonna look too makeup-y. Well, I hope that was as fun for you as it was for me. Now, if you'd like to see more expensive foundation reviews, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you have any foundations that you're curious about, put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to wear test. Well, it's time for my day to end, wash off this face, and go to bed dreaming of Sephora shopping sprees. Oh, and to our new subscriber, Susie Q, hey girl, thanks for joining the family. I want to thank you all for being here, and I'll see you real soon.